Across the Fraser Coast, we have a number of really amazing historic homes. I'm here in the gardens of one particular home right now, Brooklyn House in Howard, and this is a very, very special house, which has had a few owners over the years. The current owner, Robin, is about to show me around. Good afternoon, Robin. How are you?
Hello.
Brooklyn House is a very amazing place, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
With a lot of history.
Yes, it's got some amazing history going back to the 1800s, particularly from 1883 when William Rankin came over from Dawson, Scotland. He engaged Stephen Ward to build Brooklyn House in 1886, and it was established in 1890.
Yeah.
So amazing history with the Rankin family.
Well, I've been enjoying the gardens, but I'd really like to see inside.
Oh, you're welcome. Come on through.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're a very, very progressive family, Rankin family, right through to, of course, Dame Annabelle.
Yeah.
And Dame Annabelle's childhood home, Brooklyn House. And we do have on these walls here a lot of memorabilia for her history and how.
Yeah, very significant woman. Both her and her father in state politics, and then her in federal politics and internationally.
Yes, very, very much so. I mean, he was the state member for railways, Minister for Railways for 13 years, and member for Burrum.
Yeah.
So he definitely started the politics. But the Rankins have always been engaged with the community right from the beginning, whether they're on the school board, on the hospital board in Maryborough, or continued with donations to the community.
Now, a lot of children grew up in this house. I imagine there must be a special room for them, for the children?
Oh, absolutely. And particularly when Annabella and Jean were children. And this is the room in here.
Yeah.
But all the memorabilia here has been donated by locals, but very representative of the time. You know, a time when there was no electricity, when it was all hand built. So it was all local wood that was used, cut down by hand, and 4 years to build. Amazing home.
Yeah, it is. It's an incredible veranda. I mean, these balustrades are quite unique, aren't they?
They are. They were made on the boats on the way over by the guys who are coming to work for the collieries. That might as well put people to work if they're going to a 12-week journey on the way over.
That's right, Now, it's an incredible garden, taking up almost the entire block. But you've recently received a grant from council for some upkeep and some works, is that right?
Yes, we have, and thank you very much for that. Yes, it's well appreciated.
Yeah.
So what we're doing with the grant is replacing our picket fencing, which is well and truly overdue for replacement. We're going to do it in the traditional original style, which is the peak, the same as what the church is, and it's due to commence in February.
Excellent,
so it'll look absolutely stunning.
Yeah, because the key part of how you see it from the street is the fence, the beautiful picket fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to have it restored back to the original is just one more progression towards history for Fraser Coast and for Howard.
A further Heritage Grant recipient is actually right next door. The Rankins donated part of their land to the Church of England, which is now the former St. Matthew's Anglican Church. The new owners have received a grant to assist with their restoration, so we'll go over and have a look through the gateway, which has always been here. And in fact, the church service couldn't actually start until the Rankins had sat down. Its new owners, Adam and Lynn, have a grand vision for it and are looking after it and restoring it to something really, really special. I love what you're doing. Can you talk a bit about what you're doing here?
You can go first.
Yeah, well, really, the main thing is to retain the character of the churches as much as possible, and that's in keeping with the ideas of the Borough Charter and the heritage principles. So what we're doing here is obviously renovating and restoring the existing church and the hall and bringing them back to their former glory. They've been neglected for a long, long time, so there's a fair bit of work to do. And then what we're also doing is then converting this to a residence, and that's a really interesting challenge to repurpose such a sort of an iconic and culturally significant building into something that's very different. So it's a great challenge.
What are you using the grant for?
Well, the grant has to, we've got to basically replace the entire roof. Currently the roof is leaking and it's creating a lot of decay and really putting the building at risk. And you can see, I mean, the shingle, the roof iron is actually original and hasn't been replaced since 1914. And really it's in a really bad state of repair. And so we've got to replace the whole roof, which for a church is very challenging.
Yes.
45-degree pitch roofs and the height.
Yeah, very
It's certainly challenging and costs a lot of money too.
Yeah. So this is obviously a labor of love. You've been doing it for a while, and I'm sure there's quite a bit left to go. You're investing a lot of money in it. You've got a vision for it. Has the grant, that type of assistance from local government, helped with you?
Hugely, because I mean, the main thing with the grant is it really enables us to do things properly and not trying to, when you're looking at a restoration like this, apart from the passion, it takes a lot of money, and it takes a lot of money to do things really, really well. And so that grant really helps us to sort of bite things off and go, hey, we can actually do this, as opposed to, if we had to wait another 2-3 years, we might have more damage.
Yeah, more damage.
So having that grant is a fantastic ability to give us a foothold, and a project like this is 5-6 years at least. So having those abilities to sort of get in early stage and fix roofs right at the beginning is fantastic.
Yeah, excellent.
And every little bit helps as well. I mean, even right down to the paint and the hammers and the nails, and it all helps to go towards restorations.
Yeah.
As we're on a budget, so whatever we can get to help with the rest as well really helps.
Yeah.
Very good.
So let's take you inside.
Yeah, thanks.
Show you in.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Wow, so I can see it's a real work in progress. You're putting your heart and soul into it. There's many special features about this, particularly the LED lighting. I love the LED lighting.
Yes, and the LED lighting is beautiful. It's all original glass. It's been shipped out from England, and it's a great character to the building. You get this beautiful quality of light in the afternoon as the sun comes in.
It changes the whole look of the church when the sun comes through the green LED lighting.
Yeah.
And obviously the stained glass at the end, that's not original.
No.
That was 1973. So someone bequeathed that to the church. But basically, what we're going to keep all of this space intact and keep the volume as it is. And then over there, we're just going to have an ensuite over there and a kitchen over there. And then the bedroom space will just be at the end in the altar. But effectively, it's just going to be one large studio.
Yeah, fantastic.
And then the nice thing about that too is it does coincide with the borough charter that, if anyone wanted to repurpose it away from the residents, the fabric's intact.
Yeah, the original's there,
and so you can almost reset it back or still recognise what the original fabric is.
Yeah. Thank you to all the building owners across the Fraser Coast who are looking after our built heritage. And congratulations to the recipients of the first round of the Heritage Grants. Round 2 opens in February. If you have a building project that you're looking into, I encourage you to apply.